Martha, thank you so much for joining me today. I'm so excited just to be able to share with others about your experience and have you talk about how you were part of our last group, the Be Confident coaching group. And
Yep.
so I wanted to start off with having you share with others, say, where you were at when you first heard about this group and then going through it and kind of where you're at.
I've experienced, some pretty significant life changes over the past couple years. And, I'm in a point in my life where I really was doing a lot of internal work and self-evaluation and really trying to think about, what is my next move? Where do I want to go next? Some of that is career oriented. It's a lot of, just life stuff too. I I'd heard of coaching before, but it never was so easily made available. Recommendation was made to me, and I had an initial meeting with you, Tammy, and I just thought, oh wow, great energy. How could it be bad to be part of something uplifting, right? I was coming from a place where, I just wasn't quite sure to my next step and kind of felt uncertain and was, maybe facing and still facing. I mean, our lives just continue to change and change and change. So just trying to be more conscious about what I want to do, what I want my future to look like.
You're not quite in a major transition right now, but you know that you want some change to happen. And so this led you to kind of thinking, hey, maybe this would be a good place to start. Is that what you were thinking?
Yeah,
Perfect.
exactly.
Yeah. And you did mention, and I like that you mentioned that we did get to talk because you and I didn't know each other. And I offer a free call where people can just call or chat with me and find out like, hey, are we a fit? Ask questions about the group or coaching. And that was really fun to connect with you. It's kind of brought a level, like you said, of just comfort. This is going to be what a good
Yes.
thing or whatever.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think that anybody that would see you or interact with you would just pick that up right away, right? We're very
Thank
positive and yeah, super.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Well, okay. So then thinking about the group, it was 8 weeks long. What would you say was your biggest win? What was your biggest takeaway?
We did a lot of self-reflection, right? And I have been in therapy for a while and I thought, oh, I'm doing this already. And it was very different than therapy. Definitely a structured, way of moving through, a program, moving through different topics and learning about different things. I would say my biggest win was I think I'm gaining the ability to interrupt my thinking to my negative thoughts, right? To catch myself when I'm doing things, some of the work that we did when we talk about limiting beliefs, for instance, right? Now that I know that I have these things, right? Awareness is such an important first step. Now that I know that these things exist, within myself, within my brain, I can look out for them. And it doesn't mean that I'm not going to encounter those thoughts. It just means that I have the ability now to say, wait a minute, uh, is that what I really think? A friend came to me. An example is it's funny that during the coaching program, a friend came to me with a job opportunity. And at once I was excited and then I got nervous and I started to doubt my experience and question myself. And this is all in the space of, 5 minutes from somebody saying, hey, I have something of interest to you, right? I didn't even know anything about it. And my mind was just racing. And I stopped myself during that spiral and I was like, wait a minute, what if I just approach this from what if I just thought about this differently? Instead of thinking, I can't, why don't I build up evidence for why I can,
Yeah.
right? And that is a huge difference in, kind of approaching problems and approaching opportunities, right? What if I just think I can? And even if somebody else doesn't agree, it doesn't matter because I still have the ability to, approach those problems with a really different just a different point of view. So,
Yeah, so kind of that we spend a whole week on mindset and limiting beliefs and where our thoughts influence us. And so that's really neat that in the midst of that, you had someone kind of bring something and your brain was like, woo, I'm going to go down on this one. And you're like, no, we're not.
Yeah, yeah, life threw me a real life example, and I
Yeah.
was like, "Where are my worksheets?" Right? But it's hard to stop yourself, and I don't stop myself. It's hard to do that, but working through some of those things, the awareness is huge.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's practice. Now that you have
Yes.
tools, now it's practice. So
Yeah. Yes, yes, definitely.
what would you say was your favorite part of the group?
I really enjoyed, well, the group was a wonderful group of people. There was respect and trust, and everybody was very interested in what others had to say and engaged. So I really appreciated that from, all of the members. And I also really liked hearing um other people come to the same conclusion that I did, right? It makes you feel like, gosh, I'm not alone. If somebody else, oh, I thought the same thing, or conversely, I hadn't thought of it that way, but now I do. That like sparks something else in my brain. So, really having a group who's working through the same things, I think just really enriches the experience for me. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah. At first, was there any like hesitations about being a part of a group?
Yeah, you know what? I think a group is less pressure, right? So I was excited to be a part of a group because it meant I still could engage with you in the material, but it wasn't going to be an hour of what did you do this week, Martha? Right? So it definitely not that it like took any pressure off of me doing, you know, I printed out the sheets, so I had physical reminders of, worksheets that I wanted to work through. But yeah, I definitely enjoyed the group experience for sure.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that perspective because for some people they want that one-on-one, and for other people they don't want the intensity of that. And so, and you were very dedicated member of the group. All of the group was very active in participating.
Yeah.
Um, and so I appreciate that perspective. Thank you.
Yeah.
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 All right. So some people might be thinking, why coaching? Why this coaching group? What if they're sitting on the fence? What would you say to them?
If you're ready to do some introspection and if you're ready to work on some self-awareness, I would definitely say do it. I mean, I thought I I wouldn't say I was skeptical, but I was like, again, I mentioned like I'm already talking to a counselor, every couple of weeks. So I was kind of thinking, well, what more is this going to bring? And it really is very, very different. There's no pressure to come out of this with like a business plan. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm,
If
mhm.
somebody thinks that personal coaching is only for people who want to make career changes or who want to, I don't know, if you have preconceived notions of what career or of what personal coaching could do, I would trash them because I think it is like kind of an open-ended journey. And like you will discover things along the way that will help point you in directions, just little directions in your life, right? One little step this way, and then maybe that leads to another thing here. That's how we all make changes. That's how we all discover, our paths in life, right? Is one little step in front of the other. I don't know
Mhm.
how many people have like a huge goal on the horizon. I wish sometimes I was one of those people, but on the other hand, it's okay that I'm making it up a step at a time.
Thank you for sharing that because I do talk a lot about coaching and setting goals and helping people come from here to get to here. But if you don't have that big goal ahead that you're trying to get, that you even know what it is, just these little steps of awareness are even still moving you to a change that you know vaguely what you want.
if I am stuck in limiting beliefs, I don't know how I'm going to come into the group knowing like, I want to open my own business, right? Because my brain isn't just going to let me go there. But what you're going to do is, move yourself incrementally along a path. So maybe you're working on limiting beliefs and you take us through all of the work. You did ask us for, big dreams and things like that. And it's okay. It's all big dreams are okay, but it's okay if like you don't have this all figured out. That's why you do the coaching, is to figure out the pieces along the way. And there was someone in our group that had done coaching previously. So, I mean, I saved all my worksheets. I'm looking forward to going back and looking at them, maybe 6 months, a year from now, and kind of revisiting and seeing like, okay, what am I ready for now?
Yeah. Yeah. So beautiful. I appreciate that you've taken time today to just meet with me and share with others. And I just am so grateful that our paths crossed and that we could get to know each other and you could be a part of the group. And because anybody who gets to work with me, you never get rid of me because I'm always saying hi. So,
Yeah.
um, so thank you so much for this and for being a part of the group.
Oh, thank you, Tammy. It was a really, really awesome experience, and yeah, highly recommend. Thank
Thanks,
you.
Martha.